Labor organizer and union leader at Amazon, Chris Smalls, went on a flotilla recently to try to help deliver food to starving people in Gaza. And while he was there with a dozen other people on that flotilla, he was detained and choked and beaten. Got an article here from the New Republic. Israel detains, chokes, and beats up Amazon union leader Chris Smalls. Meanwhile, there's not a peep from mainstream media in the U.S. On Saturday night, the Israeli Defense Force surrounded, beat, and choked American labor leader Chris Smalls as they unlawfully boarded the Handala, a most recent aid ship trying to reach Gaza as part of a Freedom Flotilla coalition. Smalls was the only black person on the flotilla and was punished much more severely than any of the other 20 members detained. Well, that tracks with fascism. They love the blacks, the fascists. They really do. When he reached the Israeli prison, U.S. human rights defender Chris Smalls was physically assaulted by seven uniformed individuals. The Freedom Flotilla Coalition announced Tuesday morning they choked him, kicked him in the legs, leaving visible signs of violence on his neck and back. When his lawyers met with him, Chris was surrounded by 6 members of Israel's Special Police Unit. This level of force was not used against any other abducted activist. We condemn this violence against Chris and demand accountability for the assault and discriminatory treatment he faced. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. They don't give a good goddamn. Quote, pretty hard to believe that the particularly heinous and brutal treatment Christian Smalls was subjected to by Israeli authorities was not a function of racism, given it was not inflicted on any of the other Handala detainees. University of Brunswick professor Nathan Coleman Lamb wrote on Blue Sky and, quote, and the U.S. media, the gaffe. Smalls entered the public eye in 2022 after successfully founding a labor union at the Staten Island Amazon factory, garnering national praise and even a White House invitation from President Biden. Now he remains beaten and battered in IDF custody. The IDF targeting the one black man on an aid ship is sadly unsurprising, as is the lack of uproar from the U.S. politicians and large media outlets. Yet another U.S. citizen assaulted and detained by IDF. Not a peep from either side of the aisle, because Smalls is a black American leftist who was standing up to Israel's campaign of mass starvation and trying to deliver baby food and flour to suffering Palestinians in Gaza. I'm thinking of Chris Smalls and about how, because he's black, no Greta Thunberg, no celebrity, no darling of the liberal class, he might not make it out alive. Author Felix wrote on X, blackness when being vulnerable and on its knees is a white supremacist fantasy. While smaller unions have spoke up to condemn Smalls' arrest, Teamsters, which worked with Smalls on Amazon Labor Union, has yet to make a statement on his violent detainment, failing spectacularly to meet the moment. Yeah, that is pretty spectacularly pathetic. While Smalls and other flotilla members remain in IDF custody, the coalition plans to send another aid ship very soon, yet another direct challenge to the Israeli government. Quote, we are calling on all around the world, definitely our countries, to live up to their obligation of enforcing international law, of protecting human rights, but also institutions that are founded to do the same. Palestinian American attorney and Dala member who was released from IDF custody due to her Israeli citizenship. We should not be waiting for Israel to give permission for food or other humanitarian aid to enter. We need to be challenging and breaking the blockade. Quote, our government not only have not been doing anything about it, the U.S. government did not make contact with any of the 7 American citizens on board, but the others, like France, Spain, Italy, contacted their citizens on board and told them that they are ready to provide consular service when Israel kidnapped us, which we found to be completely obnoxious. she added. They were legitimizing Israeli piracy on the high seas. And that is unacceptable to us. And this is the kind of impunity that our government, all governments really, have been allowing Israel to violate international law. Anyway, big ups to Chris Smalls for putting his body on the line to deliver food to starving people in Gaza. He's a union leader. He is for the working class, and he's also for helping out starving people being oppressed around the world. It's the kind of thing that we should all be doing. It's the kind of thing that we should be praising. And the fact that it's not been mentioned on the news very much at all, and his goddamn own union brothers are not saying anything about it, it's pretty damn disturbing. Anyway, I hope he gets out soon. I hope somebody does something to get him out of there, because he is an American citizen. And if he was snatched off of the high seas, that is absolutely piracy and kidnapping. So somebody, anybody, please get off of your fucking ass and do something, use your political power to get him the fuck out of there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.